Okay, good evening, everybody. My name is Charlotte. I'm a Relax Kids coach from Worcester. So, this evening, we're going to be doing a bit of a question and answer session about all things related to Relax Kids, what it's like to work in schools, what it's been like to work through lockdown, all things about being a Relax Kids coach. I've seen some comments already. Anne, hi Anne. Okay, so here's Marnetta, she's just popped on now. The idea for tonight was that our founder, Marnetta, was going to come online and we were going to have a double screen so that she could ask me some questions and I would hopefully answer them really well for her. But we're having a few technical issues with that, so Marnetta is going to ask some questions in the comments and I will try my very best to answer them for you. So let's have a little look. The first question then, Marnetta, is: can you talk about your work life before being a Relax Kids coach and what your main reason for making a career change was? Okay, so life before Relax Kids for me, I was a primary school teacher. I'd been teaching for 5 years and I just found that the more I was teaching, the emphasis was taken away from the children. It became more about politics and paperwork than it did about actually making a difference to the children and being with the children. There'd been many times I taught reception, so there'd been many times when the children were just desperate to talk to me about their weekend. They just wanted to tell me what was happening in their lives, and as awful as it sounds, I just didn't have the time to listen to them. It would be, that's lovely, but I need you to write this sentence, because the pressure was there for so much, as is with so many teachers now, to get children academically to a really good place. So I found myself becoming more and more stressed out doing that role, to a point where I was really unhappy and didn't enjoy it anymore. And I knew there had to be a better way. I knew that there had to be something that I could do where I was giving the children the time and the nurture and everything that I wanted to bring to teaching. So I was really fortunate enough to stumble across Relax Kids. Okay, let's have a look. Next question. How did you find out about Relax Kids and what made you take the Relax Kids training? It was very serendipitous how this all came about for me. A few years ago, it was even before I'd started teacher training, I was on holiday with my mum in Spain. And we took a day out in Gibraltar and we just happened to go into a bookshop. And the Wishing Star Relax Kids book was in there. And I was just about to start teacher training and my mum said to me, get that book, it's going to be brilliant for you when you're teaching. It'll be something you can really use for the children, it'll be lovely. So I bought the book and then it probably sat on my bookshelf for 4 years and I didn't use it. But I knew it was there, I walked past it every day. And it was just, at the time, as much as I would have loved to have done it, there just was not time in the school day to do it. When I was teaching, there wasn't as much of an importance on mental health as there is, fortunately, now. So my mum is a holistic therapist and I was, a few years later, helping her out at an event. She was doing Reiki healing at a big holistic fair, and we got talking to another exhibitor and she said to me, oh yes, I do lots of different therapies and I'm a Relax Kids coach. And I said, oh, what's that? And she told me all about it, and I went home that night and Googled it and I'd signed up on the training within a couple of hours. I didn't even have to think about it. It was, I'm doing that. And it was the easiest decision I've ever made. I handed in my notice at school, I took the training, and that was what I was going to do. And it was the best decision I ever made. I love it. Okay, so big thank you to that coach as well, to Sarah. Without you, I wouldn't even be here now. So let's have a little look. Next question. Oh, these are going quite quick. Okay. Okay, what do I think children need at this time? Connection. is what children need right now. Our whole lives have been turned upside down, especially these little lives. Some of your children might be back at school now, some might not. Some might be going to school in a few weeks, some might not. You might have not been able to leave the house since March with your children. Everything is so different. The most important thing we can do at the moment is to make sure that our children feel safe, make sure they're feeling happy and they're relaxed, and the best way to do that is to just spend time with them. It doesn't matter what you're doing right now, it's about being with your children and just being with them, whether you're baking, playing games, going for walks. All of that time is so precious at the moment, and it will really make them feel safe, nurtured, loved, and that everything's going to be okay. Okay, let's have a little look. Can you give us an idea of what your life as a Relax Kids coach was like before lockdown? Oh, life before lockdown. Before lockdown, I was in school 4 days a week teaching Relax Kids. I did after school clubs and lunchtime clubs, and I taught in school day as well, so I was really busy. I also did some adult relaxation during the week as well, and personally I was training for a half marathon which got cancelled the week before we went into lockdown. So the children found it absolutely hysterical, the amount of times I would come into school all like creaking and aching from training the night before, and I'd say to them, right, we're doing stretches today, and they'd hear me go, ooh, as I was stretching. They would be absolutely on the floor with laughter. So life before lockdown was very busy and lots of fun, and there were lots of children who I haven't seen for so long now, and lots of adults who I haven't seen for so long now, who it would be great to be able to get back in school soon. Okay, let's have a little look. Oh wow, you have your mom to thank for all of this. I absolutely do. Thank you, Mom. What do you love most about being a Relax Kids coach? Okay, I think I always say it's the part of teaching that I always wanted to do. So I get to have fun with the children, I get to nurture the children, I get to sit and really listen to them. It's so lovely to know that sometimes you're that person that they're looking forward to speaking to in a week, and you might be the only bit of respite and bit of peace that they get in an entire week, and that half an hour is so precious to them. I've had countless children say to me, oh, I'm so glad it's Wednesday, I get to see you today. Been waiting to see you all week, and it's amazing. And no two sessions are the same, let alone any 2 weeks. I love the variety, the fact I get to use my imagination to plan all these amazing things that we can do. I get to be my inner 4-year-old, because I am just a 4-year-old trapped in a 34-year-old's body. It's wonderful. And the thing I really love about Relax Kids itself is the variety that it gives us, because there are loads and loads of different programs out there that are similar to Relax Kids now. And what I love most about Relax Kids itself is that we have not just one way to relax. It's not just yoga or just mindfulness. Not every strategy works for every child. Some children really love breathing techniques, other children really love visualization, they can lie down and just go. Other children need a calming strategy for anger, others might need to build their confidence. No one's the same, we're all unique and individual, so it's great that I can cherry pick bits for whatever children need and really mould the sessions to suit them. So yeah, it's fab, I love it. Okay, next question. What classes have I been carrying on during lockdown? So I have been running Zoom classes. This is my little studio that we have. You can see my Relax Kids posters up on the wall behind me. I've been doing Zoom classes once a week for any of the children who have been in my schools or who come to my normal after school clubs. I've been really fortunate that I've been able to still carry on going into one of my schools on a Wednesday morning just once a week, which has been fab because I've been able to really support those children of key workers during this time, and boy have they needed it. So that's been really, really a privilege really to do. Next week we're starting on another little adventure. I am doing my first outdoor Relax Kids class. We're going to go and see how that goes. Got some lovely things planned for the children, and I know there are lots of very, very excited children who are really looking forward to seeing me for that, and I'm looking forward to seeing them, so that will be fab. We just need to do a sun dance to make sure it doesn't rain. Okay. Okay. You recently posted something. Sorry, you recently posted something that reached 20,000 people on Facebook. You talked about homeschooling and mental health. Can you talk a bit more about that? Okay, so at the beginning of lockdown, I posted what started off as just a comment to a friend who was really struggling with homeschooling, and she was getting so stressed out about, am I doing it right? Am I letting my children down if I don't do it right? I'm not a teacher. How on earth am I going to do this? Children were having battles, as I'm sure some of you guys have had, trying to get the children to do the schoolwork. Everything was so different, and she was really struggling. So I wrote her a big comment on her Facebook page, and she said, you have to share this with as many people as you can because you're talking such brilliant advice. So I popped it on my Relax Kids Facebook page, and it was seen by over 20,000 people, which I wasn't expecting. So it basically said my view of particularly the beginning of lockdown, as seen it from a teaching point of view and from a Relax Kids point of view, is, as I have already mentioned tonight, the social and emotional aspect of this is the most important thing. The education will catch up. The most important thing we can do right now is to make sure that children feel safe and to feel nurtured. Parents themselves shouldn't be feeling pressured to be a teacher, because some of you might be, but the majority of you aren't teachers. And the best way to get around that is to make learning fun and practical at home. There are so many other skills that can be taught right now without you having to have that pressure on yourselves of, oh my gosh, I'm not a teacher, I can't do this maths, I can't do this English. You can teach things like how to tie shoelaces, how to write a shopping list, how to do a bundle of washing, how to read a recipe and follow it. You can go on a nature trail and do some mindfulness walks in nature. What can you hear? What can you see? Teach children how to plant seeds, how to grow little vegetables or plants or flowers. There's so much learning that you can do that is fun and exciting for the children without having to be, right, I'm going to sit at this table now and it's going to be maths and English for the next 3-4 hours. So the main message really was just to be kind to yourselves. I explained that how our brains work. Everybody, particularly at the beginning of lockdown, was in fight or flight mode. And when we're in fight or flight mode, that means that 60% of our brain's capacity to take on new information shuts down. So unless your children are feeling lovely and relaxed and calm and happy at home and you've really got that connection, the learning won't be that effective anyway. So you can't have one without the other. The most important bit is the relaxing. Once you've got the mental health right, then you can start to drip feed and add in the learning as you go. And again, parents, just do what you can. This is such an unprecedented time. No one has ever experienced this before. No one knows what to do. Do what is right for you. Do what is right for your child. And just go with it. The learning will catch up. Teachers are superheroes. They are amazing. When we're all back to some sort of normality, your teachers will catch your children up. You're main priority at the moment is just that connection and being there for them. So that was what I said. Okay, let's have a look. How many hair colours have you tried, and which is your favourite? Pretty much all of them. I've done green, I've done purple, I've got a bit of purple at the back, but I don't think you can see it at the moment. I've done orange. I really liked orange actually. I would love to do a full rainbow, but I haven't got enough hair to do it. I tried silver once. I looked awful. It was not for me. It looked dreadful. No, that had to go. That lasted about a day. That was awful. My favourite, I do love having a bit of purple, a bit of pink and a bit of turquoise at the front. That's probably my favourite, and that will probably happen again very soon. Okay. What changes have you noticed in the children after coming to Relax Kids classes? I've seen over the years of doing this now some massive changes in children, particularly in boosting their confidence. There's one story that really sticks out for me with this. It was quite a long time ago now. It's probably about 4 or 5 years ago. I had a little boy who started coming to sessions, and he was selective mute. I was really keen for him to come and just build his confidence so that he would at least speak to his teachers when he was at school. So he came to me for about a term, and it was around Christmas time, and we were just breaking up for Christmas, and his mum came to me after the session. She said, "I need to thank you." She said, because the children went to the school pantomime this week, and he actually got up on stage and held the microphone and said his name in front of the whole theatre to everybody. And she said he would never have said that to the person stood next to him a few weeks ago, let alone to an entire theatre full of a couple of hundred children. So that's a pretty amazing story. I love that one. Okay. Relax Kids always encourage coaches to be unique. What makes you unique? Okay, this for a start, the crazy hair. What else makes me unique? I'm a bit bonkers. The children at school call me the mermaid or the unicorn. I often get, "Is the unicorn lady in today?" I'll go in with my crazy unicorn leggings on, and I come bouncing into school. Yeah, I'm just a bit bonkers, really. I think also the thing that makes me unique is that I've got the experience from both sides. I can see it from a teaching point of view, and I can also see it from the nurturing, holistic point of view as well, and I'm able to merge both of those together. Okay, what sort of activities do you do outside? Outside of Relax Kids, I'm assuming that means. So I love to go running. I'm really pleased this week we were actually able to go back on our first socially distanced run with my running club this week, so that was really great. I've got sore legs today though. I love walking my dog, my little Luna the relaxed dog, I call her. She's been popping into Zoom sessions every now and then just to poke her face in and say hello, and the children have been absolutely loving that. They think it's hilarious. So I spend lots of time walking my dog, lots of time meditating, lots of time. I'm also a Reiki healer, so I'll give myself lots of Reiki treatments, and when I can, do them on friends and other people. So I've got quite a various thing. I love rugby as well. There's no rugby. That's the thing. It's like a random thing. Yeah. So I've lots and lots of different interests. Okay. What advice would you give to parents who are trying relaxing strategies at home? I've had lots of parents say to me when we've talked about Relax Kids, "Oh, we tried that once, it didn't work." So the main piece of advice I would give is that relaxing is a skill. It's like anything new, it takes time to learn. So I play the piano. Oh, that's another thing I do. And when the first time I went to a piano lesson, I couldn't play the piano. I didn't know what to do. I couldn't read the music. I didn't know where to put my hands. Over time, I learned how to play the piano. Now I'm pretty good. there's no reason why relaxing isn't the same. It's a skill. It's something that we have to be taught. We don't automatically know how to calm ourselves down when we're angry. We don't automatically know how to do deep breathing to keep calm when we feel nervous. It's something we need to practice. So one thing I would say to parents is don't expect perfection straight away. Just go with it. Go with what your children enjoy. As I was talking about earlier, they might enjoy one strategy more than another. That's absolutely fine. Go with their interests, go with what they want, and give it time. I always make a point of saying to parents when children start Relax Kids, I can help, but I can't help overnight. It's not going to happen straight away, but give it time and it will work. Okay, those are great ideas. Thank you. They can be put into practice. Okay. What response have you received from parents and teachers? Oh, I had a lovely email this afternoon actually from one of my head teachers. I've been doing some interactive sessions with them since they've come back into school last week. Just to say thank you and how valued I am. She said she walked past classroom today where we were doing a session with reception children and they were absolutely engrossed. And she said she was talking to the children afterwards and they were talking about going home and using their pants of peace and their capes of confidence. So that was really, really lovely to know. Oh, thank you, Sarah. Lots of hearts. Okay, what is your favourite part of being a Relax Kids coach? I think I pretty much said that. It's just the, yeah, I've spoken about that. So I won't talk about that again. Don't keep boring you. What would be your dream job? Oh, chief chocolate taster? Would that be it? Yeah. No, chief cake taster. That'd be amazing, wouldn't it? I think, to be honest, I'm already living the dream. I absolutely love this job. Somebody asked me that once actually in one of my schools at lunchtime. One of the teachers said, "So what's the big dream then? What are you going to do?" And I said, "Well, I'm already living it, already doing it. This is it. It's great." Okay. Finally, last question. What would you tell someone who is thinking about doing the Relax Kids training? I would tell someone, go for it. It's so much fun, so rewarding. You will never have 2 weeks that are the same. Equally, I would say be prepared to work hard and get as much experience with children as you can because you are going to come across everything. I think in the 6 years that I've been a Relax Kids coach now, I've come across bereaved children, children on the autistic spectrum, children who are in foster care, children who have experienced trauma, children who have experienced head injuries, children who, through no fault of their own, just need someone to nurture them. You name it, you see it in this job, which is fabulous. It's great. You really do feel like you're making a difference. So work hard. The one thing you could do, if you're looking at doing the training a bit later on this year, there are absolutely loads and loads of free online courses at the moment for things like early childhood trauma and bereavement and autism. There are absolutely loads of courses. Just go online and do as many of them as you can because the more experience you can have in that sense, the better your toolkit will be to enable you to help others. Okay, let's have a little look. Is that it for questions then, everyone? Okay, I'm just going to wait and see if anybody else has got any questions for me. I know me and Manetta were talking earlier about, are there any sort of memories from me of Relax Kids that really stick out? And there are a couple I can think of. One thing I was really proud of doing last October, there was a big drive in Worcester. There was a little boy named Oscar and he had a very rare form of cancer. He was 5 years old and he goes to one of my schools. And he couldn't have any more treatment on the NHS. There was nothing more they could do for him. He needed to go to Singapore to have experimental surgery. And everybody in Worcester was doing absolutely everything they could to fundraise to be able to send him. I can't remember the exact amount now, but it was a huge amount of money that we needed to raise to send him to Singapore. So as part of that, I did some Relax Kids sessions so that all the money obviously went to him. So that was a really lovely thing to be a part of. Any more memories? Oh, one of my little lovelies at one of my schools, she's ace. She came bouncing into Relax Kids one day and she said, "I'm so excited, I'm a big sister, I've had a baby sister." I was like, "Oh, that's brilliant." I said, "What's her name?" She said, "It's Charlotte." I said, "Oh, that's lovely, that's my name." She said, "I got to choose the name, I named her after you." And I was like, "Oh." And at the time, I wasn't sure if that was true or not, but I thought, "Oh, I'm going to take it even if it's not true." And then during lockdown, when I was in school, she happened to be in. I was having a little chat to her, and I was saying, "Oh, how's baby Charlotte getting on?" I always ask how she is. "How's Charlotte getting on?" She said, "Oh, she's great. I'm going to be able to see her this week. I haven't seen her for ages. This is the best week ever. I've seen my 2 favourite Charlottes." So I think it was true. Okay, I think that is all of the questions. So, oh, that's so lovely. It is so lovely. Okay, thank you all so much for listening to me today. Oh, one thing my did ask me to forget. Don't forget, Charlotte. We have a free Relax pack. Manetta, can you pop it in the comments below for us, please? We have a free Back to Calm pack for your children. Lots and lots of lovely activities that you can practice at home to get your children feeling lovely and calm and confident. And if you've got any questions at all, you know where we are. Just get in touch. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening. Okay, take care. Have a lovely evening. Bye, guys.